Venom. I'm not sure what to make of this movie. Before going into it, I kept hearing things like, this is Catwoman levels of bad, this is the worst movie of the year, this movie feels like a throwback to 2003, blah 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 blah. I don't think it's that bad. Don't mistake me. Venom's not a good movie. There's a lot of problems with it. Catwoman level bad? No. I mean, hell, Catwoman is still even better than Steel or Fan 4-Stick. So don't even give me this Catwoman level bad shit. This is a movie that, one, doesn't know what it wants to be, because the bulk of this movie is 3 movies. There's a movie that's trying to tell Eddie Brock's story, there's a movie that's trying to tell Venom's story, and then there's a movie that wants to be a big CGI, fuck everything, let's all just, CGI goo all over the place movie. And those 3 movies keep vying for dominance. I was actually kind of into Venom for about the first half hour or so. I thought the investigative reporter aspect, the whole Eddie Brock screwing over his girlfriend to get the story, and the whole, the symbiotes coming from space, the space mission, the evil Drake, that was actually kind of interesting. Where the movie really starts to drag is, ironically, when Venom shows up. It's just not good. Like I said, you have 3 different movies all vying for screen time. And none of them are strong enough on their own to last, and as a cohesive whole, they don't form a cohesive whole. Tom Hardy is actually fine in this role, though you get used to his accent after a while, but it's a little off-putting initially. But you get used to his fake accent after a while. Michelle Williams is distracting because I remember when she was so cute when she was chubby in the late 90s, and now she just looks like she's had way too much work done, and she kind of looks like a mannequin. And it's just off-putting. You've got all these other actors that just show up and they don't really do anything. I mean, yes, it's nice to see Melora Walters in something again, but I can't even tell you what her character's name was at this point. The generic bad guy, the soldier bad guy, is literally so generic, I can't even remember if they gave him a name. And then another problem that this movie has is, as we know, it was shot as an R-rated feature and then edited back to a PG-13. That's a problem, as you can see how much of this movie wants to be R-rated. You can see how much of this is trying to be R-rated. You can see how much blood and gore and violence has been cut out of this movie. And that's not even counting Tom Hardy saying that there are 45 minutes of deleted scenes from the movie to the point where he's pissed off. Venom's not even a real movie. This is the crappy, shitty TV version of Venom, and I guess on DVD we'll see what the real version is. The one thing that also owes to that this was originally a much more graphic R-rated movie besides the violence is the swearing. I think they probably say shit in this movie 20 to 25 times. They do get in there one fuck. They say shit a lot for a PG-13 movie, so I guess progress. The worst thing about the movie is it falls into modern big budget movie tropes. You don't really have an arc with the characters so much as things happen and he's involved in them is the bulk of the story. And then you've got the third act is just a giant CG-gasm all over your face. This is like Michael Bay Transformers Fall of the Risen kind of stuff where it's just all of these things happening on screen and you don't even know what the hell's happening. You got Venom fighting Riot and they're mutating and they're throwing things at each other and they're elongating their arms and there's all these things blowing up and you're like, I don't have any clue what is happening right now, which is another problem with the action scenes. The action scenes, because the bulk of the movie is shot fine. Yes, there's some interesting camera angles, the lighting is fine, etc. But then all of a sudden, when it gets to an action scene, it goes into Paul Greengrass mode. It starts getting all shaky, and then edit, and the rest of the movie's not like this. Modern directors and modern movies need to understand this is not how you shoot action. You don't have an edit every 4 frames to shoot action. You don't shake the camera around wildly to shoot action. That's not interesting. It wrecks the movie. And then there are parts of this movie that the plot is just a little too convenient. People figure things out that nobody would actually think like this. This movie seems like the script was a first draft, that the director did not have final cut, and that they desperately, after seeing the rushes, decided this will not be an R. They desperately wanted this to be a PG-13. Venom is not the worst comic book movie ever made, but it's in that category. I can see why people don't like it. And you've also got the aspect that it's in its own little universe. It can't be connected to Spider-Man at all. It can't be connected to the Marvel universe at all. You even have the things that they're obviously trying to edit around or write the script around, like he doesn't work for the Daily Bugle, but he's obviously working for the Daily Bugle. And one of the astronauts that come down is named Jameson. You know, Man-Wolf from the comics, which would be J. Jonah Jameson's son. They're inching around that. They're trying so hard to not step on the Disney license that they gave away that it comes across as really disingenuous. And I think I just walked out of this movie more disappointed than anything, because I just went, this could have been something. And I'm not even a fan of the Venom character. Venom doesn't work.